Hey YouTube, today I want to go over the shiny side method for packing for a moto trip. So I've got my toolkit here. I didn't show you this last time, so I'll show you a couple of the items in here. I've got my tire patch kit, just a simple tire plug kit, some dielectric tune-up grease, some shop towels, and then the basic tools to do maintenance on my bike. It's enough to do an oil change or take the fairings off, something you could tackle on the side of the road. I've also got my first aid kit here. It's just a AAA brand car first aid kit, but I've packed some earplugs, some aspirin, some allergy medicine, and some hot hands in here. Rounding out first aid, we've got butt first aid with anti-monkey butt powder. Put this on before the trip. Once you're chafing, it's almost too late. Compression bags are a lifesaver for moto trips. It's just a giant Ziploc bag that you pack some clothes into, roll the air out of, and seal the end. Basically, you can pack 3 days worth of clothes into the space of jeans and a t-shirt. Microfiber towel is always handy. That's usually in my tank bag. Earplugs, these are fantastic. Side stand plate, lens wipes, and a lens cleaning kit. This is just something I get with my eyeglass. I save one every time I get eyeglasses because they're great for cleaning visors off, and they actually do last a while. A USB battery pack and just all of the cables. Some sunscreen, some lubricating eye drops, and of course chapstick. My helmet bag because there's never space inside the luggage when you're packing this heavily, and spare visors, one for Mrs. Shiny Side and one for myself. These are just our clears, but it's a really good idea to have a spare just in case your hinge breaks or you get a big scratch that just drives you nuts. Toiletries, I just stuff them in an old plastic bag. Walking around, shoes, same deal. It's alright to wear moto boots in some places, but it's kind of a bummer if you're hiking through downtown. The camera and a laptop. We're going to be doing a lot of shooting, so I want to make sure I have somewhere to dump the footage off to. Oh, and my favorite thing ever, a beer wrapped up in a t-shirt. You never know what the local brew is like, and it's good to have a favorite of yours along. Oh, Cards Against Humanity. If you're going to bring a card game with, make sure you tape it up. You don't want to pick up 1,000 cards when you get to your destination. So that should cover it, and now all I have to do is pack all of this stuff into these 3 cases. Alright, here we go. I'm going to put some of the heavier stuff as low as possible, and then try to balance it out side to side. So I'm going to put the camera and the toolkit on this side, and I'm going to try to put similarly heavy items on the other side, and keep all of that weight as low as possible. I think we can get shoes in over here. If you don't balance this out, the bike's going to pull to the side or wobble funny when you come to stops, and you may not be prepared for it because it's not the way it normally acts. A lot of, at least for me, a lot of riding a motorcycle is muscle memory, so you don't want to shake anything up too much. Obviously, you should be paying attention for all of this, but we're human, and sometimes we get caught off guard. So that stays there. I love that it has that carabiner with it. We're going to pack the laptop in between some clothing here. Just like this, and then maybe we can get this to still fit above it. Look at that. Alright, so I've got my t-shirt beer. I'll just roll that up, and I can be clever and do this. Let's see if we can get this to fit alongside all this. This is all going in the tank bag. So I like to have the towel line the bottom of this, and then anything that's going to be loose and bouncing around, especially if you don't need it very often, I throw in the back side of the map pocket. We won't need this on the trek, so we'll throw these down here. Toiletries and visors as well. Then we might need some of these while we're on the go, so we'll pack that all up in the tank bag. Oop. I like to put the USB battery pack at the front to help keep the shape of the tank bag. Spare keys will go with Mrs. Shiny Side. If you're not riding with a partner, tape them or otherwise secure a spare set of keys somewhere on your bike, out of the way. It's got to be hidden. You don't want to leave it overnight like that. So that's about it. We fit everything into these bags. Mrs. Shiny Side still has a bag of clothing that has to go in here. But really, we're looking pretty good. I've got the whole shell here, the top of the shell for this, and this one's pretty well full. But we've got a little bit of spare room here. So really, compression bags are the way to go.